Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to bounce back from anything? They get knocked down, and somehow they smile, adapt, and keep moving. It's not luck, it's mindset. And it turns out, there's real science behind it. Positive thinking isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's not about ignoring pain, struggle, or reality. It's about where your mind chooses to live, even when life gets hard. Researchers define positive thinking as a mental attitude where you expect good results, focus on solutions, and believe in your own ability to shape your future. And the effects go way beyond just feeling good. When you consistently think positively, your brain releases a powerful cocktail of chemicals: dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. These are the same feel-good neurotransmitters responsible for motivation, connection, and even healing. Your body listens to your mind every single day. Stressful thoughts trigger the fight-or-flight response that floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline. Great in emergencies, terrible long-term. But positive thoughts? They lower stress hormones. They reduce inflammation. They boost immunity. And they literally protect your heart. One famous study from the Mayo Clinic found that optimistic people had a significantly lower risk of early death compared to pessimists. This isn't woo-woo, this is neurobiology. Your thoughts wire your brain, and your brain directs your body. So when we say think positive, we're not just handing out motivational quotes. We're talking about a proven, powerful way to live longer, healthier, and happier. Let's connect the dots. You might be thinking, okay, positive thinking is good for your mood, but how does that actually help me live longer? Great question. The answer lies in the powerful, invisible link between your mind and body, a connection that modern science is only just beginning to fully understand. Inside your body are tiny protective caps on your DNA called telomeres. These are like the plastic tips on shoelaces, keeping your chromosomes from fraying. And here's the wild part. Positive thinkers tend to have longer telomeres. Why does that matter? Because longer telomeres equal longer life. Shorter telomeres are associated with aging, disease, and early death. So when you reframe a tough situation, choose optimism over worry, or calm your mind with gratitude. You're not just improving your day, you might be extending your lifespan. Look at the world's longest living communities, the blue zones. From Okinawa to Sardinia, people in these regions often live beyond 100. And guess what they have in common? They're not just eating healthy or exercising, they live with purpose, with connection, and with a deep sense of optimism. Even in old age, they expect life to be good, and that expectation becomes reality. Studies have shown that optimistic people have lower blood pressure, healthier cholesterol levels, and reduced risk of heart disease and stroke. In fact, one study published in JAMA Network Open found that women with the highest levels of optimism lived up to 15% longer than their more pessimistic peers. That's not a fluke. That's the power of thought influencing the body, every single day, over a lifetime. What you think isn't just mental, it's physical, it's chemical, and it might be the greatest longevity tool you've never fully used. If positive thinking can help you live longer, it only makes sense to ask, what happens when we let negative thinking take control? Chronic negativity, constant worry, cynicism, fear, resentment, it doesn't just stay in your head. It leaks into your body and begins to quietly wear it down. Here's how. Cortisol overload. Negative thoughts trigger stress, and stress floods your system with cortisol, the survival hormone. Useful in short bursts, deadly over time. Long-term high cortisol is linked to high blood pressure, suppressed immune function, fat gain, especially around the organs, increased risk of heart attack, stroke, and even Alzheimer's. Inflammation everywhere. Negative emotions increase inflammation in the body, one of the root causes of diseases like cancer, diabetes, and autoimmune conditions. Sleep destroyed. A mind stuck in rumination or anxiety can't shut down. Sleep suffers, and without quality sleep, your body can't heal, reset, or detox. Everyday decisions get worse. Negative thinkers are more likely to overeat, skip exercise, isolate themselves, and use alcohol or substances to cope. It becomes a vicious cycle. And slowly, that mindset carves a path toward premature aging. A Harvard study that followed people for decades found that pessimists were far more likely to experience early functional decline, meaning they lost mobility, independence, and vitality far earlier than their more optimistic peers. Here's the truth. Negative thinking doesn't just feel bad. It is bad for your brain, your body, and your future. But the good news, You can break the cycle. And it starts by learning how to shift the story you tell yourself, one thought at a time. So, how do some people stay positive, even when life throws them curveballs? It's not luck. It's not ignorance. It's habits. Tiny choices repeated daily that reshape how they see the world and themselves. Let's break down 5 powerful habits practiced by people who think positively and live longer because of it. Habit 1. They practice gratitude every day. Gratitude is a superpower. It shifts your brain from what's missing to what's already good. Lifelong positive thinkers write down 3 things they're grateful for, daily. Not big things, just small moments. A smile from a stranger, a hot shower, that first sip of coffee. Science shows that daily gratitude journaling lowers stress, improves sleep, and even strengthens your immune system. Habit 2. They reframe challenges. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What is this teaching me?" This is called cognitive reframing, and it literally rewires your brain to see opportunities and obstacles. Example: instead of thinking, "I failed," say, "I learned something I didn't know before." This habit makes them more resilient and less likely to fall into long-term stress spirals. Habit 3. They visualize a positive future. Positive thinkers don't just react to life, they imagine a better one. Olympic athletes do this, CEOs do this, and so do people who live long, fulfilled lives. Each day they spend just 2 to 3 minutes visualizing their goals, like feeling energetic, laughing with grandkids, exploring at 90 instead of declining at 60. The brain responds to imagery. It starts acting as if that future is already real. Habit 4. They choose their circle carefully. Negativity is contagious. So is optimism. People who stay positive for life protect their mental environment. They limit time with chronic complainers. They seek out energy lifters, not energy drainers. If you surround yourself with people who believe in growth, gratitude, and purpose, you'll start believing in it too. Habit 5. They pause, breathe, reflect. Mindfulness isn't just a buzzword, it's a weapon against stress. Positive thinkers pause during the day, they breathe deeply, they ask, "Where's my mind right now?" This simple pause helps them reset, respond, not react, and take control of their mental state before it spirals. None of these habits are hard, but together, they create a mindset that not only helps you survive, but thrive, and maybe even add years to your life. Here's the good news. You don't have to be born an optimist, you can become one. Thanks to a powerful concept called neuroplasticity, your brain is always changing. It rewires itself based on what you do and what you think, every single day. So yes, you can literally train your brain to think more positively. Here's how to start, step by step. Tool 1. The catch and replace technique. This is mindset training in real time. Every time you catch a negative or limiting thought, pause, and replace it with a more helpful one. Example: transform, "I'll never be good at this," into "I'm still learning." And that's okay, it might feel fake at first, that's normal. But the brain adapts quickly when it sees a new pattern. Tool 2. The 3-minute positivity primer. Start your day with this simple mental routine. First, name 3 things you're grateful for. Then, visualize 1 positive outcome you want today. And finally, say 1 empowering belief out loud, like, "I handle challenges with calm and confidence." It sets your brain's emotional tone for the next 12 to 16 hours. Tool 3. Positive input equals positive output. What you consume matters. If your social feed is full of fear, comparison, and outrage, your mindset reflects it. Replace 5 minutes of scrolling with the following: an uplifting podcast, a good news newsletter, a quick guided meditation, or just stepping outside and noticing something beautiful. Small swaps, big shifts. Tool 4. Use movement to change your mood. Want a fast reset? Move your body. Exercise releases dopamine and endorphins, natural mood boosters that literally help you see the world more positively. Even a brisk 10-minute walk can shift your thinking from cloudy to clear. Tool 5. Speak life, even when it's hard. Words shape reality. Practice speaking with intention. "I'm figuring this out." "I've overcome worse." "I'm choosing peace today." It's not about ignoring problems. It's about not giving your power away to them. The brain you wake up with tomorrow doesn't have to be the same one you went to bed with today. Every time you choose gratitude, every time you breathe through stress, every time you shift one thought, you're training your brain to become stronger, calmer, and more hopeful. And that kind of brain, It helps you live longer, love deeper, and show up better for the people and future you care about most. Sometimes science and data aren't enough. Sometimes we need stories, real lives, real people to remind us what's possible. So let's talk about what actually happens when people shift their mindset and start thinking positively. Meet Ernestine Shepard. At age 56, she was told by doctors to take it easy. She was too old, they said, to change her health. But she refused to believe that story. She started visualizing a stronger future, speaking affirmations, and showing up every day with a positive mindset. Today, she's 84, a bodybuilder, a motivational speaker, and still running marathons. Her secret? I keep going because I believe I can. My thoughts keep my body young. Another example was when one man, diagnosed with late-stage cancer, was given 6 months to live. But instead of preparing for the end, he made a radical decision. He surrounded himself with laughter, watched only comedies, practiced meditation, and focused every single day on feeling joy. That man lived not 6 months, but over 10 years longer than expected. His body didn't heal just because of mindset, but his mindset created a healing environment his body could respond to. Finally, meet Agnes. After losing her husband, Agnes fell into despair, understandably, but slowly she started reframing her pain, not by forgetting, but by finding purpose through helping others who were grieving too. She joined a support group, shared her story, and began journaling what she was thankful for. Today, she says, I didn't think I could go on, but positivity helped me find light in the darkest place, and I think it saved my life. These stories aren't fairy tales. They're real examples of what happens when people choose hope over fear, presence over panic, growth over stagnation. And they remind us of something simple but powerful. A positive thought doesn't guarantee a perfect life, but it opens the door to healing, resilience, and even a longer journey than you ever expected. Okay, time for some real talk. Because while positive thinking is powerful, there is such a thing as taking it too far, and it's called toxic positivity. You've probably heard things like, just be positive, good vibes only, everything happens for a reason, don't be so negative. But here's the problem. These phrases can shut people down. They dismiss real pain, real fear, real emotion, and that's not helpful. That's harmful. So what is toxic positivity? It's when positivity is forced or fake. It's pretending everything's fine when it's not. It's denying uncomfortable emotions in the name of staying strong. When you bury stress or sadness, your body still feels it. Suppressed emotions create internal tension, anxiety, and sometimes even physical illness. Positivity should never be a mask you wear to avoid feeling what needs to be felt. Healthy positivity is honest positivity. Let's be clear. Being positive doesn't mean you ignore reality. It means you acknowledge it and choose how you respond. Healthy positivity sounds like, this is hard, but I believe I'll get through it, or I'm feeling low today, and that's okay. I'll take care of myself, and I don't know what's next, but I'm open to good things coming. It's grounded, it's kind, it's real. Positive thinking should lift you up, not shut you down. It should validate your experience while gently reminding you that you are more than your circumstances. So yes, smile, hope, dream, be grateful. But also cry, rest, rage, and heal when you need to. That balance, that's not weakness, that's emotional strength. And that's what truly helps you live longer, with clarity, peace, and resilience. Let's take a breath. We've talked about a lot. The science, the habits, the stories, the truth. And here's the big idea. Your mind isn't just something you think with. It's something you live with. Every choice, every emotion, every belief, it echoes through your body, your relationships, your health, and your future. Positive thinking isn't a life hack. It's a life foundation. It helps your heart beat longer, your brain stay sharper, your immune system fight harder, and your soul feel lighter. And the best part? It's free, it's yours. And it starts with one simple decision. Today, I choose to believe something good is possible. Not everything will be perfect. You'll still face setbacks, bad days, pain, but your mindset will become the lens that shapes how you move through all of it, with strength, gratitude, and purpose. So here's your challenge. Start today. First, try the 3-minute positivity primer. Second, catch and reframe just one negative thought. And third, say something kind to yourself or to someone else. Tiny shifts, massive returns. not just in how you live, but in how long you live and how fully you feel alive along the way. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. Drop one positive thought in the comments right now. We'd love to hear it. And if you want more videos like this on mindset, longevity, and living with purpose, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications because your life is worth investing in. Remember, your thoughts shape your future, so choose